Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by MessageOS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
MessageOS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co.
Okay, Cameron, we are again revisiting a company. This one I'm excited for. This came across not this specific company, but a company that does something very similar came across in my LinkedIn, and I thought it was really, really interesting. So we're going to review one, but with a brand new company. So similar to what we did with Otter AI. Can you guess which company it is? I'll give you 3 guesses.
It's not Cluely?
No. None of those.
Oh,
no, it's not an AI. It's
gotcha.
Just one company we've done before.
One company we've done before? I have no idea. Oh, shoot. Is it cars? Is it automakers?
Nope. But we have talked about revisiting this one. Maybe that'll give you an extra hint.
I have no idea. I actually have no idea. Tell me.
All right. We are doing Agree.com versus Mallow.
Oh.
Have you heard of Mallow before?
I've not heard of Mallow. Okay, I'm already interested. This will be interesting.
It was cool. It came across my LinkedIn, and all of the comments were like, can't wait to get on Mallow. Mallow's awesome. If I had enough, revenue coming in, I would definitely be on Mallow. And so let's get into it. I am going to share my screen. It's a very new company. Do you want to? Yeah, let's do Mallow first, actually.
Okay. Ooh. Sign contracts, collect payments. Agencies use Mallow to get paid without the 3% processing fee. Ooh. Okay, you have my attention.
Yeah, what gets your attention, Cameron?
It's the contracts and payments grouping. Yeah. Because that was, if you rewind back to that episode with Marty on Agree.com, that was their whole thing. He used the free Esignature as a competitive wedge. And then, but the real game was payments. They were taking merchant fees off of contract payment transactions. And so that was their game.
Yep.
This is interesting. Mallow. Okay.
They also have the similar thing, right? They start with contracts, sign contracts, and then their H2 is collect payments. The one thing that to me is their differentiating factor, though, is here. Without the 3% processing fee. Interesting.
I wonder what their game is then. How do they make their money?
Yeah, so let's scroll down. Why Mallow? You know the 3% pain. Other invoicing tools takes 3% or more of every payment you receive. We don't like that. Mallow gives you wildly low fees and unlimited access to our Esignature tool for a low monthly price.
Ooh. Great problem language. Fantastic problem language. Great product language too. Mallow gives you wildly low fees plus unlimited access to our Esignature. I love this combo, problem and product language together, because you get the 1-2 punch of, hey, this is the problem you have, and immediately thereafter, this is the solution. You're immediately associating yourself as the medicine to the pain. So problem language and product language together in the same paragraph, in that same section, super potent combination. We always tell people, that's a great combo to lead with in your H1, right below the fold, which they've done here spectacularly. So well done. It's fantastic. Wow.
Totally. I mean, it is a big pain, right? Like so many people.
You and I've talked about it before.
Yeah, I know several times. Like, and we're not a massive company, you know. What about massive companies that get 3% on everything? You know, like that's a huge pain.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you keep on scrolling down, and now it gets into no differentiation in my
Is it just success
right? Low
language?
fee invoices. I mean, they do include it, right? Low fee invoices, right? But then they talk about like your brand over on the right hand side, so it's customizable. All of them are customizable, but they still put in low fee, and so they're still staying consistent to what makes them different from their competitors. Limitless e-signatures, simple legal binding e-signatures, white label experience. Oh, you know what's interesting? They should have started with the e-signatures before the invoices if they're starting with contracts before payments. Not a big deal, but whatever.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I would agree.
Yeah, white label experience is customizable, whatever, nobody cares. Start your Mallow onboarding. So, yeah, I mean, what they are, you asked, like, how do they make their money then? Well, they have a monthly subscription.
Interesting.
So,
I think Agree.com does as well, don't they?
Often, yeah. I think a lot of them do, depending on, like, what plan you're on. Yeah. But... yeah, I mean, instead of doing like a fee-based thing, they do, because like Agree.com, you can do free e-signature as much as you want.
Right.
But, and you don't have to be on any whatever.
Plan.
You don't have to, any plan. But if you do payments, then you have to, then you get charged from the payments, and that's how they get you. So yeah, I mean, this is really interesting. I think for Mallow, their goal is, okay, let's get companies that get a lot of revenue in the door, and they'll just pay us a subscription, and we won't do and we're saving them a lot of money, and they're paying us. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, if there was a way that you could, if they had like some type of calculator or something on the website that would show like, hey, put in your average deal value.
Oh, that would be cool.
And then, next to that is like, how many of these deals do you do a year? And then that would spit out how much they pay in like a 3% fee. And then, just one subscription fee that's theoretically lower. That'd be a great like calculator to just show the differentiated value.
Here's the pricing. And they say, the one and only $100 a month coming soon. There's another, they're a pretty new company. So they're very new. But then you scroll down and you get like comparisons to all the others, like whatever theirs is, which I think is really, really good. This almost should be on their front page, I feel like. But like something like this, but with actual numbers, I think would be really cool. Compare it against Stripe, QuickBooks, Square, PayPal, and Wave. But this is really interesting to me, this company, because we always say like, if you want to differentiate, then you can stop competing on price. Well, that's exactly what they're doing here. Technically, is competing on price, but they're baking it into their messaging. So it's a really interesting use case because they're still competing on price, but that's all their messaging is that they compete on price, and I think that's a really, really great competitive wedge.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between competing on price and passing down cost savings to your users because of a differentiated advantage you have. Because like, I'm trying to think of a good example. When we say compete on price, what we usually mean is like the only way you're going to get the client is if you just lower your price. You have no choice.
Yeah.
You have no choice. Yeah. But that's different than, hey, I can do this I can do the same service in a different way. Yeah. That is more valuable to you and is more efficient or whatever. And therefore you don't have to pay as much. So it's kind of like if you are differentiated, you could lower your price because of efficiency gains or something. And that just becomes a nice to have cherry on top rather than a requirement.
Yeah. So, like, I was thinking about this, and I'm like, wow, this could be good for us. But it's still, like, now that we've started to go more of the subscription route, Mallow's too new of a company for us to switch.
Gotcha.
Like, we don't have... So it's still an apple and an orange between, like, us, between, like, Mallow and Stripe, right? Stripe is still a better answer for us because they have the better tools. Maybe in the future that changes. But yeah, I think it's a really cool competitive wedge they have. So let's take a look at agree.com.
Let's do it.
And we'll kind of revisit them and see what we think.
Okay. The one thing so this says agentic revenue, get paid faster. The one thing, this is actually an interesting use case. Sorry. Did you have something you wanted to say? Because
go for it. I love it.
So in the previous episode, we've talked about positioning yourself for your audience or positioning yourself for your investors, because the language is very different. So for example, if you go back to Mallow, what was it? It was like sign contracts, get paid or something like that.
Yeah, sign contracts, collect payments.
Super clear, super to the point. That's the use case. It's what it is.
Yeah, especially down here, the 3% pain, like they're talking directly to consumers.
Yes. And maybe they've taken VC money. I don't know. But if you go to agree.com, you've got a 8-pound bowling ball of a word, 2 words, agentic revenue. It's like, what does that mean? VCs would know what that means. People in Silicon Valley would know what that means. People, Pelion partners in Utah would know what that means. But me as a user, I have no idea what agentic revenue is. So this is just confusing to me. Whereas if I landed on Mallow first, I know I can collect payments and I can send free e-signatures, and that's pretty much it. That's what agree.com should be saying, at least here in the H1. I think agree.com, here's a critique for you, Marty. I think they might be too much in the VC AI hype engine clubhouse, and when it comes to their messaging anyway, and not enough on the street level with their messaging. They need to come down from the venture capital penthouse and just talk how normal people talk.
Yeah, I mean, when we've talked to Marty in the past, the big differentiating factor was, first, it's free e-signature, and second, you can get that payment on the contract, right? There's a gap between when the contract's signed and when you get the money. And that's the gap that agree.com closes, is on the contract is the payment. And so not only do they sign the contract, but they also pay you right then and there.
Yeah.
That's here, get paid faster, but they don't explain it very well.
The all-in-one, what's the H2? An all-in-one agreements platform with better e-signature, smarter invoicing, and faster payment processing. Yeah, oh shoot, dude, there was something in my head. I had a sentence in there that completely, I think, explained it. It was almost like, it would be hero language. It would be remove the time between, or shorten the time between signing and getting paid.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something clear like that would be better than agentic revenue. Because I think it's a clearer version of get paid faster. Or, no, sorry, it has more context than get paid faster for sure. Interesting. Okay.
So
cool.
if we scroll down, the next part says the fastest path from signature to revenue, the best solution for creating and managing contracts, streamlining negotiations, enhancing compliance, optimizing workflows, and converting more customers, all within one intuitive platform. This, to me, is much clearer, honestly.
I would agree.
At least to me, that's what Marty explained was their competitive advantage.
Even like shorten the time between getting signed and getting paid. And then underneath that, so if that was the H1, shorten the time between getting signed and getting paid. The H2 could be problem language, which is people sign your contract, but then wait forever to pay you. because it has
Yeah.
to go to legal, it has to go to finance, it has to like go through all this red tape usually because you're just sending PDFs and then you have to send a payment link. Like that would be clearer messaging to me if you paired the hero and problem language like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that what they're missing? Is just problem language?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they don't have any so far.
Yeah, I think if you describe the problem, it would be a little clearer.
Yeah, I think so too. Because we've talked about this with other clients, even I mean, cash strapped with our friend down under. And,
right. Oh yeah, Escalator. Mark, shout out to Mark. I know he's listening right now.
Mark Lipshut. In Australia, right? That's what he's all about. Is like, hey, like people sign the contract, but then you get paid 30 days later. Right?
Yeah, he's all about unlocking that. Yeah.
Yeah. So unlocking that cash. Well, this is one way to do that, right? Like if you're tired of signing the contract, doing like having to pay your workers to do all the work, having zero money by the time that their money actually comes in, this is a really good way to do that. So like people feel the pain of getting paid 30 days later or not even signing or not even looking at the invoice, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So showing some of that problem would be a really good thing to do here. Saying contracts that move money, get paid faster, modern invoices. See, like all of this is much better, right? Like it just feels like their H1 is missing it.
It's trying to be trendy. It's trying to hype up their VC guys. I know that that's not what they're trying to do, but like the language is the language of venture capital. It's the language of LinkedIn right now that hasn't diffused into the population at large yet. Like you still have to talk like you're freaking on street level in New York explaining this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't like that. But let's take a look at consistency.
Let's do it.
And then we will, let's do agree.com first. Free e-signature with integrated payments and revenue automation is what their Instagram says.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, free e-signature, that's what we said initially, and integrated payments. Yeah. I wish they said something about getting paid faster as well. I know that's kind of baked into integrated payments.
Yep.
But this isn't consistent with their H1, but it's consistent with the rest of their page.
Agreed. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if we give them 3/4, but I give them 3/4 of a star. Well, for consistency. At least it's there.
Yeah. An all-in-one agreements platform with modern e-signature, intelligent invoicing, and secure payment processing powered. No. I don't like their LinkedIn.
All-in-one. So, well, it's a little closer to what they actually have. The all-in-one agreements platform with modern e-signature. I don't know what modern e-signature means. Intelligent invoicing and secure payment processing. Yeah, I mean it's closer to what they have on the website. So I think this actually would get a consistency star from me because it is consistent in the word for word deal. I do like their. I mean, they do keep. Yeah, I'm going to give it to them because up at the top, look at their banner. It says the fastest path from signature to revenue. It's still.
I really like that banner.
Yeah. I do dig.
I wish that banner was their H1 everywhere. Like I think that's so much better everywhere.
Yes.
Like put that everywhere.
I think it could be a little better if it was just shorten the time between when a contract is signed and when you get paid. I know that's wordy, but you could shorten it maybe. I'm not sure, but like, because I think they're just missing the problem language. They're just missing the problem they solve. They don't describe the fact that there's such a delay between when a contract is signed and when the money actually funds. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's okay. So we're giving him a star for consistency. We're giving him a star for differentiation. Are we giving him a star for clarity?
No, it could be clearer with problem language, and if you just bringing the ivory tower language down, it could be clearer. So I'm not going to give him a star on clarity.
Okay. What about Mallow? Okay, I'm going to share their, for consistency, here's their invoicing without the 3% processing fee. Perfect.
That's great.
You know what I do wish they said, though, was about like how they do that. I guess they maybe do here for a low monthly price. So, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Are they meant for, when they say agencies, are they talking creative agencies?
I don't think so. I don't
'Cause,
think
like-
they're going after a specific target audience.
Well, they say agencies, and they also say agencies on their website.
They
So I
do,
think
yeah.
something's trying to poke through there on the differentiated target audience. But if that's the case, even cooler, just like what kind of agency are you talking about? Make that a little clearer, and you've got an even stronger moat, I think.
Good point. Yeah, they definitely could be. Their Instagram is like they almost have nothing on it, but it just says send and sign contracts and receive clients in your own white label platform. Like this isn't even like
No, it's not differentiated.
no, but it's not. But they have no posts, so I'm not. They haven't
not.
used Instagram.
Maybe we'll give them a slide.
We'll give them a slide on their Instagram. But yeah, I think their product's differentiated, their message is clear, and on top of that, they've made it consistent. So 3 stars for them. Really good job.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job. That's cool. Yeah, how do you think Agree.com's differentiated? Or
just
are they?
because
is it
it's
only
paid
enough?
faster. Like they're the only. I mean, are they differentiated from Mallow? Mallow doesn't say anything about getting paid quickly.
True.
Like it's not about getting paid, like signing the contract and paying on the spot. Maybe they do it as well, but they're at least positioning themselves differently.
I would agree. I was going to say, I don't know if there's material uniqueness between the two. I mean, I'm sure there is in a variety of ways. But just the simple fact that I think Agree.com does connect the speed from signing to getting paid, I think that would be enough in my mind. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they are differentiated. Okay, yeah. I'd give them, same score as you. Yeah, I'm there with that.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a different target audience, right? They're going
Also.
after people who care more about, who one cares a lot about the smaller processing fee, and other people care more about getting paid quicker.
Yeah, that's also true. Probably, maybe larger corporations just get eaten alive by that 3%. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Well, congratulations to both of you. If you are in a similar situation and you are launching a new company in a saturated market and you're not entirely sure what your go-to-market is going to be and you're not entirely sure what your messaging is going to be, go to protagonistcomms.co, order your message audit. We're going to help you see what your messaging is, where it has weaknesses, and where you can improve. It's protagonistcomms.co, order your message audit. We'll talk to you soon.